Okay folks, so we're now at the museums, because there's several of them. We've got the Natural History Museum, you've got this one which I'll show you in a minute is the Victoria and Albert Museum, and then you've got the Science Museum. I think there's another one as well somewhere, but you know, for the life of me, they're the only three I can think of off the top of my head. But anyway, look, see, this is where they all start, and like I say, we've just come down from that way, past Harrods, in that direction, and as I was walking down that road, I suddenly realised that when I was homeless and I first came to London, I remember walking down that. I didn't base myself around here, but I remember walking around there for a little while, because I remember there was another homeless guy. Don't know why I was sort of hanging around with him for a few hours, not like days or anything, just a couple of hours. I bumped into this guy, and I just remember being at in one of the side alleys, and we were trying to look for food and what have you. I don't know how I hooked up with this guy. I can't even remember now, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I remember it. I remember being down there, and that's sort of like one of my first memories of being in London. So, right, anyway, so let me show you. So like I say, we've been here before, we've tried to film here before, and we've been told that we can't, not inside anyway, at least. So, unless we get special permission, which, to be perfectly honest, I can't again. But anyway, I'm not going to go into all of that necessarily. I mean, it's funny because the only museum that allowed me to do it without any question, without any, you know, I actually went up to them and asked them if it's possible, and he kind of ummed and ahed a little bit about it. It wasn't too, what's the name, but in the end he said, like, yeah, you know what, fair enough, yeah, are you going to be using a tripod? No, I'm just going to be handheld. Oh, in that case, fine, no problem, film as much as you like. And so that's what I did. You've probably seen, well, I'll say you probably, I mean, if you want to go and check those videos, you can do. But like I say, the Victoria and Albert and the Science Museum, they're really funny about you filming there for some reason. So, not sure why that is. And again, like I said before, you know, give me a valid reason. Give me a reason that seems to make sense and seems to, you know, you think you can get behind it and think like, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, but I've been to these museums on numerous occasions in the past, and well, in the past, obviously in the past. They're all in the past. Oh, dear. Anyway, see, look at the security guard looking at me. Look, you know, I'm out on a public pavement filming. Is there a problem? Hopefully there isn't. Oh. Right, there seems to be some sort of disagreement.
This is not your business. Stay out of it. When anyway, you become disabled, then we'll deal with you. But get out of it. I didn't invite you in this conversation. Piss off.
I get why the security guard was looking now. Sorry. I had no idea there was an argument going on. I'm standing right there, waffling on to you guys, looking at the security guard, thinking he's looking at me, because I was filming, and like I said, I didn't realise there was some sort of flipping argument thing going on. There's some American lady seems to be very upset about something. What exactly? I have no idea. Obviously it's none of my business anyway, so, you know, but obviously she was very distressed and very upset about something. Something to do with being disabled or something. I have no idea, absolutely no idea. Anyway, so, but like I said, you know, I'm standing there, and you know, it wasn't too heated at first, the whatever the discussion was going on, because I didn't even notice. I was just busy looking at the security dude. I'm thinking like, oh, here we go, you know what I mean? I'm out on a public pavement, I'm filming the front of the Victoria and Albert Museum, and the security guard's staring right at me, so they're thinking, oh, here we go, we've got a problem, have we? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but no, I think he was standing there because there was this, like I say, there's this lady seems to be highly stressed and de-stressed and very upset for some reason. Right, anyway, so, right, enough of all that. Right, okay, so yeah, like I said, this is the Victoria and Albert, as I say, and again, quite a amazing building. You know, when you think about it, you see these things, a lot of these things, you know, quite a lot of them anyway, a lot of these buildings like this, public buildings and what have you, and you know, and so forth, and a lot of the stuff that the you know, the Victorians built, very, very detailed and ornate, and do you know what I mean? Quite amazing when you think about it. I mean, they do try to sort of do similar buildings these days, kind of, do you know what I mean? But they're not, obviously nowhere near what you get like with the Victorians, do you know what I mean? Anyway, you know, I must admit, it is pretty spectacular architecture. Right, okay, so over there is another quite amazing building, which is very Gothic in its style, but again built by the Victorians. But as you can see, it's very, very sort of Gothic style, and that is the Natural History Museum. And all this modern bit here, as you see, this modern part, that's part of it as well. But that's the original, obviously, part of the Natural History Museum. So, like I said, right next to me is the Victorian Albert. You've got the Natural History Museum, which is there, and then the Science Museum is that building with all the columns down the side. Not the 3 columns there, that's still part of the Natural History Museum, but the one next to it, that's the Science Museum. Now, I'm going to have a little look in there in a minute, but like I said, thing is, they can be really funny sometimes about your filming. And you know, one day, just because I would just dearly love to know, I'd really, really want to know why, or what the policies actually are from each individual museum. You know, because why can one museum say like, no, absolutely fine, just get on with it, blah blah blah, not a problem, and then another museum, for whatever reason, says no filming. You know, you can take pictures, but you can't film. You know, I mean, give me a consistent reason. I know today at the moment I'm harping on about it because obviously I'm visiting museums and there's a bit of an issue, and I want to show you guys some stuff that I'm interested in, that I'm passionate about, like the space stuff and all that lot. I want to show you all the space stuff, you know what I mean? And it's not quite the same when you do it in a photograph. Yes, I can put a bunch of photographs together and stick it at in Movie Maker and make a video out of it and put some music to it, or do some commentary to it or whatever sort of thing. That's easily done, do you know what I mean? But I don't think it's got quite the same feel. It certainly hasn't for me anyway, do you know what I mean? It certainly doesn't have that same feeling of like when I'm filming, actually filming sort of thing. So, you know, I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to be able to go in, particularly to the Science Museum, but also to the Natural History Museum as well, and just show you guys some of the stuff that I find fascinating, interesting, stuff that I'm passionate about. You know, because I want to, like I say, like Adam the Woo says, trying to involve you guys vicariously in the things that I like and I'm interested in and so forth and what have you. And again, I'm always open to suggestions, as long as they're within reason, you know. So if there's a particular place that you think you'd like to see within London or whatever, or even outside of London, just as long as it's not too far, and obviously it's all down to money as well, obviously, but you know, otherwise, you know, whatever you suggest, I'm quite happy to try and facilitate that if I can. Anyway, right, look, I'm going to shut up now, so I'm going to see if we can get in there and do some filming. No guarantees on this one, but I'm thinking also might visit the British Museum where I was allowed to film, so may go back there. All depends. Right, okay guys, catch you in a bit.